What you're most afraid of is actually your spiritual path. That's the very thing you're actually meant to do. You have to do to advance forward in your spiritual journey. Whatever that thing is. I know for most of us, and for me, especially for me, what that thing is or was, because I faced it now. For me, it was facing my parents and telling my parents that this is what I want to do. I want to make content on YouTube spreading truth, and I want to make music spreading truth as well. And that's how I want to make my living. That's how I want to leave my mark on the world, make my mark on the world. That's how I want to change the world. That is my dream, to leave my mark on the world and to leave the world a better place, a more evolved place than how it was when I got here. That thing that you're scared of doing, once you do it, it'll open doors. You will feel a lot easier, you will feel a lot lighter as you go about your journey, and you'll be able to go further because you don't have a big burden, a big, rock on your back slowing you down. So I'm editing right now and I got to this part of the video and I wanted to explain real quick what I meant by that from an esoteric perspective. So in the spiritual world, in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, the gas and liquid world, that boulder or burden that feels lifted off your back is because something is literally actually being lifted off your back in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension. When you have certain family members or friends or people in your surroundings or that you're connected to, it plays out as like a bond, like a spiritual like tie between your space and their space. And fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, right? You're connected to them, literally, right? It's like a cord. And so when they have opposing thoughts and feelings, because you're connected to them, it plays out as you receiving blocks from them in the spiritual world. And they, they're not spiritual. They don't be mad at them. They know not what they do, type of thing. But they're sending blocks to you in the spiritual world. And that plays out as like them killing your vibe, them interrupting your train of thought, or them changing your train of thought, or conflicting you, causing chaos in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension for you, right? In your mental world, in your gas world, in your liquid world, right? So when you tell them like firmly, like, look, this is what it is, this is what I'm doing, you don't agree with it, that's you, that's fine, you don't have to, but this is what I'm doing, this is what I believe, this is what I'm gonna do, like, and I don't care what you think about it. You're essentially cutting that cord. Well, if it's like a bridge burner scenario where it's like if they like retaliate and be like, oh well, like we don't want to be around that, then it's like, okay, well then bye. Then it's like, okay, you cut that cord. You see what I'm saying? If you tell them and they're like, I mean, okay, whatever, and it was like a bridge burning scenario, then you essentially took your power back from them. And so now in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, it's like that cord is like they have less power. It's like weakened a bit. So it's like the when they send blocks or whatever like that, you're still connected to them. So it's still going to be affecting you because you're still connected to them, meaning like, you still talk to them, they're still a part of your life, You still see them every day. So it's still going to be playing out as a block, but since you took your power back, it's not going to have as much influence over you. It doesn't hold as much power anymore. So where once before they would have completely just killed your vibe, or they would have just completely taken you out of your train of thought, or out of your mindset whenever you get around them. Now it's like you're able to maintain it a little bit more now. They don't kill your vibe as much anymore because you voiced, where you stand, which is essentially taking your power back and weakening that cord. Also plays a big part of how strong of a spirit you are as well, because if you're a really strong spirit, then whenever you get around these family members, it's like you're bringing your vibe, you're bringing your mindset, and you are the vibe. You're not a product of your environment. Like, you are the environment. um so when you're a strong spirit, you're able to, in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, you're like fighting off all of their blocks that they're sending you, all of the vibes that they're sending you whenever you get around them, all of their ideas and thoughts and feelings towards you. You're like shoo shoo shoo, like fighting it off of your space, and you're able to maintain your space and keep it tact, and you're like fighting it off, like, you know what I'm saying, like a bad motherfucker, like kung fu scene or some shit, in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, and you're able to leave your vibe, your mindset untouched, and you're able to stay in it. And that would just go to show like how bad of a spirit you are, how strong of a spirit you are. So then, like, when you get around people, it's like you are just untouched, and they'll be able to like see it, like this person is really unbothered, this person is really unfazed, this person is like really staying true to who they are, and like they'll have no choice but to fuck with it, because that's what all spirits deep down, that's what they want, that internal power. All spirits want that. Like, whenever you see someone that's crazy confident, you can't help but to gravitate towards them. It's like, damn, this person is so sure of who they are. Like, they're not influenced by nothing that's going on around them. Like, so they'll have no choice but to, you probably have certain families start gravitating towards you and start wanting to get curious and ask you like, hey, like, you said that you was, into this, like, can you explain to me? Like, they'll actually start to be open. Some of them, you know what I'm saying, are just agents though, and they really just trying to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? They really just trying to, because some of them, most of them would just really get jealous and be like, damn, this person's so unfazed, like, what the fuck. It'll be like jealousy mixed with like curiosity mixed with like, I want some of that for myself, trying to drink you type shit. But yeah, just be aware of all these things. You're free and you can run now. Now you can fly. Because you have nothing holding you back. If you're spiritual and this means something to you, you recognize that this is real life, that it's actually in reverse. This spiritual shit is real life, and the Mason world is some illusion, made up shit made by insecure politicians, insecure people that like to hide in secret and think that they actually know something when they don't know shit, and they bleed red just like you. They're not no more powerful than you, and they're not no less powerful than you. Y'all are equal. They're regular motherfucking humans just like you are. Everybody on this motherfucking planet is just regular fucking humans. And that all of the other shit that you put on it, all the titles, all the labels, all the positions, you're just in a big ass fart cloud that they want you to be in, so you can keep giving them your power. When you overstand that and you realize, okay, everyone is just being rocked the fuck to sleep, and you realize, okay, this spiritual shit is actually what we're supposed to be doing, is actually what life is about. Remembering who we are, Remembering how we created something from nothing and fell into that bitch. Finding like-minded people, coming together so y'all could bring the rest of the world on board so humanity can become one again, like how it was before we became aware. So we could actually bring God into existence. We could actually bring heaven on earth. We can die from these already dying fucking thought forms that you've been programmed to perceive as a fucking body, which it is a body. But what they left out is that a body is a fucking thought form. It's a fucking mindset. It's a fucking mind. Condensed and materialized. They left that part out though. And so when you understand this, even though the hard part is hard, the hard part is scary. You have the truth backing you up. You're able to face it in the name of the truth. For real though. Because this is the real shit. This is the shit that actually matters. This is what life is actually all about. This is real life. The Mason world is not real life, it's the Mason world. And so that hard part, whatever that hard part is for you, if it's, oh, maybe your whole family is on board, maybe your family does know, you're spiritual and shit like that. Maybe your friends just don't know. Maybe you need to start being this person in front of your friends, or maybe they do know, right? But you know your spiritual path is becoming a singer, a spiritual singer, but you have stage fright. Your biggest fear is singing on stage and people booing, and so you just have this stage fright. And so the hard part for you would be to perform, to sing in front of somebody. Do that shit. Because the world needs you. These spirits fucking need you, bruh. These spirits need us. They are lost. Me again. So, quick disclaimer. Um, I was really fucking passionate on that part. Um, but I do want to kind of just give this disclaimer because just to kind of save y'all from the shit I had to fucking go through. Like, don't go and like don't go and like get so passionate about helping people and like saving the world, because that's just gonna result in you being in hell, like real shit. Like when you're just gonna be in hell, right, burning in that passion, um and trying to see it through. But like everyone has their own set and timer of when they wake up. It might take them a whole nother eon. You know what I'm saying? So you're just gonna reach a point where you're just like so frustrated that you're just gonna like give up and then just be like, fuck humanity, like they could all go to hell, like fuck it. Because you, you're just gonna get to that point, like you're gonna start off like so passionate, so like emotionally involved into it, especially like me, like I was really emotionally into it. Like I was like, yo, like these fucking souls are so lost, and that shit was heartbreaking. um because these people really do have a mental illness for real. Like they're deeply confused, and um you get really compassionate and you get really passionate as well, and just really like want to just spread this shit. But yeah, it's just gonna lead to you being in hell. It's just gonna lead to you burning in that passion, and it not really like coming through, and it's going to end with like you being really fucking frustrated and really like just fed up. So what I learned was the best form of help that is the best for you, because it won't lead you to hell, and it still would be helping other spirits that witness you, is you just being yourself to the utmost degree. You being your spiritual badass sensei self, like, and not letting not letting the Mason world phase you, not um being a whole different person whenever you get around people, like you staying true to yourself. That is doing a huge fucking favor to humanity, because then they're gonna witness you, and then um so that is my advice. Like that is fighting the fight. That is fighting the good fight, and that is essentially winning the spiritual war. Is just you being yourself to the utmost degree, staying true to yourself, even when you're around a bunch of sheeps. Like you're staying in your spiritual self. You're staying in your mindset. You're staying in your vibe. You're creating a vibe around you. Shit like that. That is fighting the good fight. So you don't actually have to go out and like, you know, wake people up and like, speak this truth and shit like that. Let them come to you, because you just being yourself, like I had said in the earlier clip, like they're going to be infatuated with that unbotheredness, and that internal power, and they're going to approach you, and they're going to like, want to talk to you essentially. And they might not even be aware of what they're doing, but what of why they're so attracted to you, but you know why, right? So then you could just go ahead and just continue being yourself and just spit that game. But yeah, don't go out of your way or anything, because like I'm telling you, that shit is just going to lead you to hell. Like I am telling you from experience. So yeah. They have forgot. Amnesia is deep. They need you, bro, or they're gonna be in hell forever. They're gonna be lost and rocked to sleep for another 2,000 years. And by the time that 2,000 years goes by, you think it's hard to wake people up now? By the time another 2,000 years goes by, it's gonna be damn near impossible. You think the universe is gonna let it fly, just one small group of people outliving their best life, and then the whole rest of the world is suffering? See, the shadow government can get away with it because they've told us in very slick, immoral ways, but they've told us what they're doing. They're not hiding it. You just need to open your eyes and look. But they just do it in ways that's just so slick. You're still being rocked to sleep. But they get off, and they're able to escape their karma, and the universe is able to still be at balance, because we're agreeing to the shit without realizing that we're agreeing to it. So the universe is still able to be in balance, and they're able to escape their karma. You see? So the only way you would be able to go off into a way better reality and live your best life is if you actually did the hard part in your spiritual path. You actually put in the effort and tried your best to wake people up, to change the world, to be something new, something different, to be a light that people didn't even know that they needed, to show some of these spirits the way out of all of their colors, the way out of all of their desires, or out of all of their creations, out of all of their light. Show them the way out of it by being the example. And it's going to take you doing the hard part. It's going to take you facing your fears. It's going to take you facing rejection. Whatever it is that you're most afraid of, you know what that thing is. You know what you got to do. And if not for other people, because it's the fucking truth. Why are you gonna put on a mask and be fake? Are you phony? Literally today, I faced my parents and I told them I don't want to go to college and I don't want to get a job. I want to change the world through my music and through posting lectures on YouTube. And I showed them my music and I showed them my YouTube channel. And that was the hardest thing I had to do. But I did it. Because I'm not going to be living a double life. I'm not going to be living a lie. I'm not going to be putting on a mask in front of certain people. Another fear I had to face was letting people feel uncomfortable in my presence. Because I'm going to exude this high priestess energy. I'm going to stand in it proudly. And I'm going to speak real shit. Shit that makes the average sheep uncomfortable. And if you don't like it, then get the fuck from me. But I'm no longer compromising and putting on a mask and living a double life, having a false personality. For what? When humanity needs that side of you now more than ever. Succumbing to your fears is doing yourself and the rest of the world a huge, what's the word? I want to say unfavor, disfavor. Like, you're not a disservice. There you go. You're doing yourself and humanity a huge disservice. Hiding, pretending. Your happiness and your freedom is right on the other side of this. Do the hard thing. Let it be known. Yeah, I believe this. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. Stand firm in that. Because it's not that you're crazy, it's that they're just so lost. You're not crazy. They're just lost as fuck. And so don't even take offense to that. Because you're coming from a higher place of overstanding. If you dream of being a rapper, you can't just be only rapping and spitting and freestyling in the comfort of your bedroom. You need to go out, especially if you live in a city. You need to set up your whole shit out in the city. And just talk your shit, freestyle or rap a song that you wrote in the middle of the street and see who stops and listen. Allow yourself to be seen, heard. Demand it from people. Demand it with the tone of your voice when you go and spit those bars. Demand attention. Demand to be heard and not ignored. Face your fears and put yourself out there. Because it's really bigger than you. You don't want to stay stuck and not advance. Because you're not escaping anything. Your spiritual path is your spiritual path. And until you can advance forward and until you can complete it, that shit is going to be your spiritual path. And this lifetime, the next lifetime, until you can fucking complete it. Until you can fulfill the prophecy. All you're doing is slowing down the process and making it take a lot longer and making it a lot harder for yourself. It's inevitable. Your North Node in your birth chart is inevitable. Unescapable. So you could sit around off motherfucking day and not do the damn thing that you know you need to do. But life is going to force you into it. And if it's not completed, You're going to come right the fuck back here in a similar circumstance, in a similar vessel, with a similar mindset and similar mind frame. Probably going to have all retrogrades in your fucking chart. You're just going to make it harder for yourself and take longer, but you're not escaping anything. Know that. That thing that you're most afraid of doing is actually your spiritual path.